Hello there, Techinthehouse here for the 9th live stream of the channel. Hope you're all doing great today. Today we have very exciting news on the tech world. Specifically, Google Pixel 9 was launched and it is a very interesting phone with a lot of features and a very cool design, thank Lord. Not every brand has decided to just be boring just like Apple and release for 4 or 5 years straight the same design phone, so that's boring. So Pixel is out here being inventive and creating new designs. That's cool. And also, moreover, they're not only inventing new designs, but also kind of keeping the integrity of what is the recognizable image of Pixel anyway to begin with. So it's very commendable. It's not hard. It's not easy. I mean, to both came up with a new design and still maintain the lines that make up for what it's the recognizable image of Pixel phones. So yes, today we'll be looking into that. We'll also look into some exciting news about the iPhone, some exciting news about Microsoft as well, but mainly we'll be looking at Google Pixel 9 because I have a lot of interesting thoughts that I would like to debate with you guys. As you know, this is an open space and I'm always very curious to know everyone's opinion, so feel free to comment down on the chat if you're watching this. So thank you for being here. Hope you enjoy this time together and we'll be starting very soon. I'll be just checking the sound and we'll be starting very soon. Okay, I've just checked the sound. Sound is working perfectly fine, so see you in a bit. Hope you guys are ready because these Google Pixel phones, as we know, Google Pixel is a brand that is known by building very intelligent phones that are equipped with Google's AI. And as you know, no one does AI better than Google. I mean, we do know ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is rather new in terms of collection of people's information and using that as a basis to create useful functions. No one is better than Google Pixel. And nevertheless, I mean, moreover, we can also look at the pictures. No phone so far to this day has had such astonishing AI for photos than Google Pixel. So you are in for a treat. We are in for a treat. I am in for a treat, and this is about to be an interesting phone. You know, when a brand is capable of coming up with exciting features plus a astonishingly beautiful design that still keeps the lines of what it's the Google Pixel brand, the result is something very, very interesting. And not many brands are doing this out here these days. I mean, Apple basically has just been introducing features that have been known by people for years, that have existed on other phones for years, and presenting it as new. That's not exciting. Design, same, for 4 years, that's not exciting, so there's not really much to be excited about. So I'm really glad Google has stepped up because you know, Google hasn't really been competing with other brands to begin with in the first place. So they've always been more kind of on the shadows, just producing software. So it's really commendable that as far as they've been competing, they've been doing great. They've been doing good. We can see that they haven't been just going overboard in the hardware, and I think it's intentional, but so far their software has been a pleasure to use. And the Android's stock Google Pixel experience is amazing. So very clean, very organized, bunch of features which we'll go over today. There's so many interesting things I'd like to go over. For example, there's but I don't want to spoil the surprise, but this year's Google's Pixel come with a feature which is a specific app that when you click it, it's literally just the screenshots you've taken. And so picture this. I myself, for example, have screenshots that range from a span of 5 years, and to have such an app that we can organize them for me. And not only that, that app can also use AI to allow you to search for specific things and specific screenshots, being it text and stuff like that. It's basically to have a database finally. From a range of 10,000 screenshots taken over the course of 3 to 4 years, I can finally get my phone to, in a matter of Second, organize it and allow me to do a thorough search for something specific. And I believe that's amazing. That's something I've been expecting ever since ChatGPT arrived and was introduced as an amazing tool of organization and sorting things. I was like, okay, maybe this will evolve to pictures, and it did. And finally, now we have a way to sort pictures by search, and that's amazing. That's truly commendable. But yes, so we'll be starting very shortly. Thank you for coming. Don't forget to leave your like. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy tech. We are really trying to reach the goal of 1,000 subscribers at the end of this year. That would be awesome because, 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, when I started this journey on YouTube, I've set a goal for myself, which was around 2025 to have 1,000 subscribers at least, and the deadline for that goal is kind of getting tight, it's getting short, and it would mean the world if you could leave a like and subscribe so that we can make sure we reach that goal. Because otherwise, why do YouTube for 5 years and you don't reach your goals? That's disappointing. But hopefully you'll make it there. And so we'll be starting very shortly. Thank you for coming. Don't forget to leave your thoughts on the chat if you're watching live, or on the comment section down below if you're watching this later as a pre-recorded video. Thank you for coming. I'm very glad to have you here. I always love to debate these things with people. And we'll be starting really shortly. So here we are, guys. We are gonna start. So this is what we have for today. Today we're gonna go over, as you know, Google has just launched their new set of phones, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, Google Pixel 9, Google Pixel 9 Pro, Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, and a watch, and the Fold, of course, the Pro 9 Fold. So yes, we'll go over the lineup. As always, I'm reading news from the Verge online newsletter, and very interesting, tech related, and not only tech related, but also other types of topics if you're interested. But here on the channel, we only read the articles about tech. So without further ado, I'm very curious. I've already read some things about it, not this article in specific. It's the first time I'm reading it as well with you. And because you've read this article already, please don't spoil it on the chat or on the comment section, but do feel free to let me know your thoughts on the comment section below or on the chat. This is an open space for debate, and I will read it and I will answer it live right here, right now, because I can see the comments live. So without further ado, let's start. Let's see, this is an article by Umar Shakir, a news writer found on electric devices website, yada yada yada. Okay. Google Pixel 9 launch event live coverage, all the news. This is a news from today, literally. It was updated today at least. We covered Google's Pixel 9 launch event live from the company headquarters in Mountain View, California. And here's everything we've seen so far. Other than the base Pixel 9, the rest of the phone lineup has gone Pro, including the Pro 9, Pro 9 XL, and the newly renamed Pro 9 Fold. Okay, I'll just stop right here to do a little comment. From my standpoint of view, this is probably one of the least confusing name choices I've seen so far in the tech world, literally, because all the others are a mess, and this one not as perfect, but it's understandable. So it's like the Pro XL, which is bigger, and the Pro Fold, which is foldable. It makes sense, and it's the generation 9. Okay, fancy, okay, that's easy to memorize. So, continuing the article, a bunch of the company's big AI magic is also in the new cameras, obviously typical of Google Pixel, which can do things like add people in the photo after it's taken. Yes, guys, this is I think is a game-changing feature that is coming with this new Pixel, which is basically Google. This phone will resort to its augmented reality recognition of profundity of things and a distance to when you take a picture. Imagine you of course you activate this feature, and then you take a picture with everyone that you imagine you're at an event in a wedding. You take a picture with the 9 people you want to take a picture of, but you as a photographer, you also want to be in the picture. You're the 10th guy that needs to be in the picture. So you take the picture, then you swap with someone else, and that person will be able to see on the screen where the other people were standing, even if they just leave the frame. It's like Google creates a virtual reality frame of the previous picture that you can see through the screen, and that allows you to indicate to the photographer, which is now standing in front of the phone, to be able to also be in the picture. You can tell him exactly where he can stand so that he can fit perfectly in the picture in terms of distance, in terms of in the side of who or besides who, and that will make, then you snap the second picture, and that's what Google does with AI, is to fuse both pictures and create a one single picture, and while also keeping the other two if you need to look at them and use them. You'll provide you the final result. For the final result, Google Pixel will provide you the 3 pictures. But the important thing is that the first picture will be a fused version of the 2 pictures, the one without the 10th guy and the one that it's just the 10th guy himself, and he fuses them together and builds a picture in which everyone appears. That's a game changer. That's amazing. That's super useful, and I'm glad it's just not some gimmick, but rather it seems like it's made it was thought about and tested, and it's resorting to depth sensors to really understand and build something that's it doesn't look something in the realm of uncanny valley, and that's very, I mean, that's what I love about tech. It's this type of feature, so hands down. So if you're watching this, do let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. I think it's a game-changing feature, and it will change the way we take pictures. I myself am usually the photographer guy, so I barely are in pictures at all, and this will allow me to appear in the pictures. So I'm very glad of this. Pixels has always been a phone. I've never owned a Pixel myself in terms of using it as a daily driver, never. However, lately I've been thinking seriously about it, because these software features really make you think, okay, this is a phone I want to be in my pocket, because it will, in times of need, in specific times of need, it will will provide me with the features that I need. And that's very interesting. But okay, continue with the article. Where were we? Let's see. Okay, exactly, right here. Whether you're interested in the return of the ear wing in the new Pixel Buds 2 Pro, the thin bezels and larger versions of a new Pixel Watch 3 bringing software updates that span across health, fitness and interconnectivity, or even fresh new colors, scroll down to see all of the updates from the event and afterward as we take a look at the new devices. Let's go, let's go. Okay, so scroll down to see all the updates from the event. Let's see. But in this video, I will not address updates relating to either the Fold or the watch, the Pixel Watch, because I don't think uh, those are not the most loved categories anyway to begin with. So most people are just interested in a smartphone, and so that we don't lose time, that's what will be over. So this thing here about Gemini, we're just skipping it. Okay, AI overshadowed Pixel at the Pixel event. Okay, interesting. Every time Google dinged Apple during its Pixel. Interesting. Okay, okay. Hmm. Of course, drawing comparison with the iPhone. I'll tell you something. This might be a controversial opinion, but so far, I think these new set of Pixel phones are more beautiful than iPhones. Really, the color choice is pristine and the design is magnificent. I can't tell any other way. It just looks better. I'll tell you that. It looks cleaner. It looks simple. iPhone so far, and it can be because of the camera set, of course. iPhones look complex. Pixels, thanks to this simplified camera bump, they look simple. And simple is always better in this type of thing. Simpler and cleaner. And luckily, this cleanliness of the design matches the cleanliness of the software, so it's like a perfect. iPhones are getting not only complex in design thanks to those triple lens camera, but also even software is getting complex compared to what it was before. Not that I'm against iPhones getting complex. I actually honestly believe that most of these features that Apple has been added not only are from Android, but also should have added from the very long time ago, from the beginning in the first place. So these features are actually reasons why I hadn't used an iPhone in the past to begin with. So now that I'm here, I'm actually considering, okay, this might be a good phone, especially the personalization ones. But we can't deny that it's making the iPhone more complex, way more complex than it's ever been to begin with. So it is what it is. Androids do, at least pixel-wise, do seem to be simpler than iPhones, and that's not a good thing for Apple, if you ask me. That's not a good thing for their clients. So, but they have decided so they are going down the road they've decided. But continuing the article, let's see what we have here. A lot of interesting things. Okay, let's see here. Google finally rolling out the zoom enhance camera trick it announced last year. Let me just check. This is from August 13th. Okay. Apparently, turning the click share enhanced meme into reality wasn't as easy as Google might have initially expected. Today, the company confirmed in a blog post the zoom enhance is finally rolling out. Okay. So this is we are going back in time. So there's no using for us to go down below this page anymore. What we'll do, I have already seen some things, specifically the MKBHD review, so I have interesting points I'd like to talk about. However, we'll try to go over here this video of the event discovered by The Verge so that we can pick up on the interesting points and then we can discuss it. Let's see.
Good morning, good morning. For years.
Wait, am I watching this correctly?
Good
Wait
morning, good morning. For years,
Wait a minute.
we've been pursuing our vision of a mobile AI assistant that you. Good morning, good morning. For years, we've been. Good morning, good morning. For years, we've been pursuing our vision of a mobile AI assistant that you can work with. So we've completely rebuilt the entire assistant experience.
Did you guys saw that? Was that Steve Jobs from Wish?
For years, we've been pursuing our vision of. Good morning, good morning. For years, we've been pursuing our vision.
Videos just decided to look. Let's just reset this. But it seems like Google have decided to have a Steve Jobs clone. Sorry, not a Steve Jobs. I mean, my bad. A Tim Cook clone that even says good morning, good morning. I don't know what we're thinking by doing that, but it is what it is. At least that's the only thing they copied, no? The font does seem unique, honestly. So they haven't copied anything else. So, but let's see this video. I hope it works. Let's see. Almost there. Let's see. It's loading. Steve Jobs from
morning. Good morning. For years, we've been pursuing our vision of a mobile AI assistant that you can work with. So we've completely rebuilt the entire. Good morning. Good morning.
We're gonna have to,
for years, we've been pursuing our vision of a mobile AI assistant
whatever is going on, and I'm gonna stop here the music. Okay, good. So that you guys can still hear me and know that I'm here. So. I'm just gonna
good morning, good morning.
On here. I'm not sure what it
for
is.
years, we've been pursuing our vision of.
We'll just go to the YouTube video so that we can discuss it. But Gemini, I'm not ever keen on Gemini news because I know it can be better than ChatGPT. So OpenAI has just not only started first, but also has been leading. So their updates are interesting. The AI can sing now. So Gemini is like, why do we care? ChatGPT is already enough. If ChatGPT disappeared, we'll go and see Gemini. But Gemini was the last one to appear anyway to begin with. Let's not forget that Bing is just a branch of ChatGPT, but Bing came before Gemini. So I'd rather even read news about Bing other than Gemini. I mean, so it is what it is. And I still use Bing.
Good morning. Good
just
morning.
For the record.
For years
for specific things because I think it's very action oriented. Microsoft migrated with Bing. Of course, now it's called Copilot. No, but when I started using it was called Bing. My app on the phone Bing Copilot is Bing. So I remember when Bing basically around the time it was
we've been pursuing our vision
crazy
of a
gaslighting people, and it is what it is. Microsoft just decided, okay, we're gonna release
that you can work with.
Thing,
so we've
completely that OpenAI path. So let's just see what happens. So it started giving answers and gaslighting people. I'm the time. I ain't getting to use it. If it's secure email, it will be. But it is what it is. Let me just check. We are now good to go. Yeah. It seems like it's working. What we can do, because I remember where I wanted to go. I'll just go to Google's website and then I'll go over some points about interesting features that I want to talk about. And while I set here the Google Pixel website, I can start going over some things, and please do feel free to write comments on chat or in the comment section down below. Spend time together and debate on interesting tech topics. So please don't, you guys don't restrain of commenting. I'm really here to answer questions and have a great time. So let's see. I'm opening Google Pixel's website from Google. Let's see, Pixel 8. Okay. But basically, the one interesting feature about photos was that one about adding people that weren't in the first one in the first place. That's very, that's groundbreaking. We also have that feature about in which Google kind of does a Frankenstein picture. Of course, it catches. Imagine you take 5 pictures of a group. Sometimes in the picture, let's say Alfonso has a bad face. Maybe Reed smiled, Pedro wasn't. Basically, from all the way that diffuse them, it creates a Frank that exists in the fake position. So just a time saver. And it doesn't matter if the moment existed or not. So what is a picture? What is a moment? What? Just because in milliseconds and they weren't smiling at the same time? What does it matter in milliseconds? You know, it just has time. Of course, we went with Frankenstein pictures. I don't know when you oh, Google is handing the what is the what it used to be, you know, snapshotting an event that's happening and freezing it in time with the power of an logical machine that captures light and everything. But we do want Frankenstein pictures. We want Frankenstein pictures. Yes, Frankenstein pictures. We want them. Bring them. Yes. Yes, we want that thing. That thing that's Frankenstein. It's not organic, and that moment has never existed in the reality. Yeah, we want that. Bring that to us, Google. Thank you. We do want that. But okay. So let me see if I can find Pixel 9 website. I just came across Pixel 8 website, so my bad. I'm just fixing it. I did not notice the channel was giving me Pixel 9 and not sorry Pixel 8 and not Pixel 9. So let me fix it. I'll be with it. Just a second. It's opening. Let's see. Let's go. Come on. Come on. It's charging. Loading. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. We are here. Okay, guys, you ready? 3, 2, 1. And here we are, guys. Maybe not. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Test, test. 1, 2, 3. Test, test. Here we are. Okay. We are back. So here we are. Let's see. Okay. Everything working fine. So this is Pixel 9 Pro, the phone of the moment. Here it is, Pixel 9 Pro, the master, the magic, the one and only. But it's okay. So in terms of features, feature-wise, what are more one or two interesting things I'd like to talk about, just to point out as things I find interesting. It's rather, let's see, oh, the screenshot app, but I've already talked about it, so yes, that was one of the things. An app that collects all your screenshots and organizes them and allows you to search for text in them. That's that's a wish come true, to be honest. And what else? Let's see, what else are we missing? What else are we missing? I think that was pretty much all I wanted to talk about. They're very stylish phones. I think they'll do great. They'll sell great. They are kind of expensive. I don't know. It seems like in dollars they start at 7.99, but that's not what happens in euros and in Europe. They are starting at something like 8.99 or something, 900 euros. So kind of expensive. But that's it. And so what else do we have to talk about? Let me think about it. What else do we have to talk about? Let's see. What else do we have to talk about? There was one last thing I wanted to say. Let's see if I can remember. it? What was it? What was it? Screenshot app, talked about it. Interesting camera features, talked about them. Hmm. Oh, of course, it also comes with a circle to search, the thing that allows you to circle anything you're watching on your screen, and it uses a Google Lens to give you results. AI top tier software feature. And I think that's all. But at the end of the day, this is a phone that people will be glad just by the quality of the screen and photography. Let's be honest. That's the three basal pillars of a phone are: screen, battery, camera. At least on current age, the day and age. Not that in the past hasn't been other things like processor speed, but in this day and age, the three things that people look for in the phone is a good screen, good camera, and good battery that lasts a day. That's about it. And this delivers on that thing handsomely. So it is bound to be successful, despite the price. Really, people. Let's not forget that the consumer was the one that has accepted these exorbitant prices for a smartphone in the first place. We accepted this change, so clearly there are people out here buying these smartphones by this price. But okay, that was it. That was all I had to comment on Pixel 9 Pro and Pro XL. Successful phones. Now we'll move on to some news about the iPhone. So apparently the iPhone will help decide offside violations in English soccer this season. The Premier League is abandoning the VAR system in favor of Apple smartphone cameras. I don't know what this is about. I'm about to read this right now. However, this seems like the perfect PR campaign for Apple. For Apple, not from Apple. For Apple, for iPhones. But let's see what this is all about. Let's see. The UK's top soccer league is switching up the tech it uses to detect offside violations on the football pitch. The Premier League has contracted with a company called Genius Sports, which will use dozens of iPhones combined with machine learning models to help game officials make an offside call. Offside violations aren't always clear-cut, especially when players are grouped in a way that blocks officials and even multiple camera angles from seeing enough detail to accurately call them. That's where video assistant reference VAR systems usually come in, ostensibly filling in the gaps using cameras and machine learning. Interesting. Soccer leagues have used VAR systems for years. True. FIFA, soccer's global league, started officially using machine learning-powered limb tracking tech and embedded scoreball sensors in 2022, after a trial run the previous year. Oh, I remember when this was implemented. These embedded soccer ball sensors. If you guys do you guys remember when this started? People were like, why are there charging balls? Why do the football balls need to be charged in a plug with electricity? Everyone is freaking out. What is happening? No, it's because the balls have sensors. It was funny because there was this viral picture on social media of someone charging balls with electricity, and they're like, why do they need to be charged? Because nowadays they're tech as well. Sports are kind of in a hidden way getting a lot of tech implemented in them. I've heard some things about golf as well. I'm not familiar with it, to be honest, but I assume it's true as well. A lot of tech has also been implemented in golf and other sports as well. But continuing, the software could track 29 points of players' bodies, but those systems have limits and often cause extensive delays and human process errors, and concerns about the precision of in-game calls. Writes Wire did a report about the Premier League's deal with Genius Sports. Genius calls its offside detection tech semi-assisted offside technology, SAOT. Chief Product Officer Matt Frankenstein told The Verge in an interview. It's part of the company's Genius AT system, which also powers its fan-facing offerings that create features like real-time, dynamic graphics, think trails that follow a soccer ball. Genius says its SAOT tech can accurately create 3D renders of each player, and that these help officials define exactly where the offside line is on the field and where all the players are in relation to it. To do that, the company needs a lot of cameras. We were moving away from 4K cameras that were significantly more expensive, Frankenstein said. We want to see if we could move to a more off-the-shelf mobile phone. The company ended up using iPhones, largely because it's what the company's employees were most familiar with when it comes to things like software development. Sure, who's not familiar with an iPhone? But that's true. Like at this point, why doesn't Apple create a camera in the first place? I don't know. They've created headphones. They've made wheels. Just make a camera. You know what I mean? But anyways, They could literally make the best camera possible ever. Probably they just want to compete with the likes of Sony and Red Camera and others. But with their software trickery, they don't need the best hardware. They just need average hardware and like just pair it with their software and it'll be awesome. Flankenstein said that the key is to deploy 24 to 28 iPhones, mostly iPhone 15 Pros, to get even coverage of the pitch. I'm really sorry for interrupting the article, but I'm really curious to see people's comments on this article because this is just out of the blue. Like, I didn't heard this was about to happen, but yet it makes so much sense. iPhones I think they are capable enough for the task, honestly. But let's just jump these technicalities because it's not very interesting. We already know the skeletal tracking, center of mass, semantic mesh. We already know this. Computer vision, predictive algorithms, body parts. That's fine. That's true. That's okay. In the future, football will be played by robots. I'm kidding, but that's what it looks like. The way things are going. But moving on, okay, blah 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 blah. We'll find out soon if genius parts of side detection technology really can do a better job than the VAR systems of the last few years. It's expected to go into full use by the Premier League before the end of this year and continue through the season. Flinkenstein said the exact date hasn't been announced. It's cool. I think it's a completely sensible implementation. It makes a lot of sense. It is thoughtful. It is for the better good of the game, I hope, and not just to save some billions, I hope. But yes, I do think iPhones are capable enough for it, and especially with these algorithms and AI that they're describing by genius parts. I think they're set to be successful in this replacement. And I'm keen on it, honestly. It sounds cool. And for the Apple, it's going to be a great PR campaign, honestly. They can now claim that, assuming this all goes well, they can claim that their phones are being used to replace VAR systems, and that's not a small thing. Hmm. Yeah, the comments are rather positive. Just look at Iron Ground Aloof. Super cool. Just look at what, let's see what other people are saying. Hmm. This is just some people debating on our soccer and football. Okay. Hmm. Heasley says probably won't help that much. VR issues tend to come from the human side, poor interpretation, not using it when needed, using it when not needed, rather than the tech. Okay, there's some interesting insight. We, from the Heasley standpoint of view, we wouldn't see much improvement in the sense that the mistakes are not related to the technology itself, but rather the people who use it. Huh, very interesting insight. That's something we'll have to wait and see, indeed. But yeah, interesting article overall. So cool. We'll be closing it now and moving on to the last article of today's live stream. So today's live stream won't be one of the giant ones of 1 hour like the last one or the one before that, something like that. But no, this live stream will just be short and sweet, the essentials. So this is the last article for today, which is, give me just a second, just setting up some things. Okay, we're set to go. This is Microsoft is finally removing the FAT32 partition size limit in Windows 11. The FAT32 size limit is moving from 32 GB to 2 TB in latest Windows 11 builds. This is very interesting because if you're familiar with this role of formatting USB flash drives and hard drives and reformatting and creating partitions and maybe dual booting and all these things, you know that this is FAT32 is very useful in the sense that it can be read by both Windows and Mac OS, but it has file size limits. It has size limits of the partition. It has a lot of limitations. This is one of them. And honestly, this news caught my attention because I was surprised. I didn't even know this was possible. In my mind, this was just like an elementary limitation of this file system, something that couldn't be changed. And it turns out it is, because this article is claiming they'll be changing that. So it's very interesting. I'm glad it's a change that it's welcome, and even though I do myself run Windows 10 still, yes, it's true. I do have been thinking of changing and switching to Windows 11. Just need to make sure I back up everything and I don't lose anything in case everything goes wrong. But assuming that I will be changing soon, this is a very welcome feature and I'll benefit myself from it personally. So well done, Microsoft. So let's move on to the article, but please, if you're watching the live stream, do let me know what you think about it. What are your thoughts on this? Do you usually create FAT32 partitions, or do you use a flash drive? Do you think this will help you? Are you in favor of this change? Please do let me know in the chat. Feel free to comment. This is an open space, and all I want to do is debate on opinions with you guys. So don't shy away. Feel free to comment down below your thoughts. I can read them in real time, and I will answer them. And if you're watching this as a pre-recorded video, do feel free also to comment your thoughts on the comment section below, and I will answer as well. So let's get on the last article of this live stream. Microsoft is planning to remove the 32GB size limit for FAT32 partitions in Windows 11. While FAT supports volumes up to 2TB, Windows has had 32GB arbitrary limit in place for nearly 30 years. When formatting disks from the command line using the format command, we've increased the file to 2 TB. Revealed the Windows team in a blog post on Thursday detailing the latest Windows 11 can adjust to. The limit is only being removed from the format command line right now, so the existing format dialog will continue to have the 37 last extra. Oh, interesting. The 32GB limit was originally put in place during the development of Windows 95 more than 30 years ago. Former Windows developer Dave Plummer divulged earlier this year that he was responsible for a format dialog box that hasn't been touched in decades, and he also picked the 32GB limit for FAT32. I also had to decide how much cluster select could be too much, and that would end up constraining the format size of FAT32 volume to 32GB, admitted Plummer in a post to X. That limit was also an arbitrary choice that morning, and one that has stuck with us as a permanent side effect. Whoa. This really makes us think of how little decisions like this can last 30 years and affect everyone. Interesting. Windows has long supported rigging FAT32 partitions that are up to 2TB in size, but you haven't been able to create one in the OS. True. Without a third-party tool until now. So you could break that with a third-party tool. Interesting. Hopefully Microsoft decided to update the formats in upcoming Windows 11 builds to make it even easier for everyone to create full FAT32 partitions. While the partition size limit for FAT32 is being extended, there is still a 4GB size limit in individual files stored on a FAT32 volume. FAT32 isn't widely used these days compared to alternatives like exFAT, true, but it's still in use by many older devices that require USB drives and SD cards. True, that's what I was talking about. Formatted with FAT32. So, interesting. Welcome change. Let's just take a look at a little bit of comments, guys. We are finishing the live stream. It's been a long live stream. I need to go drink some water, but I'll just give it a marker end to it. The comments are not that interesting, so it is what it is. So guys, we're gonna wrap up. It's very warm, and these days have been very warm. And I need to go get some water, and we have just reached the last article of this live stream. So in all seriousness now, guys, thank you for coming. If you're watching this live stream, thank you for choosing to spend this time with us. Do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy tech. New videos will be coming specifically about the Google Pixel. I'll try to put all these thoughts we've discussed here into a presentable, entertaining format of a 1-minute video or something like that. I hope you guys will enjoy it. We'll try to go a little bit over the garden as well by producing some shorts. Maybe, if we find the schedule time to do so. And yeah, feel free to comment your thoughts down below in the chat. Thank you for coming. It's been a pleasure being with you in this live stream. I'm Techinthehouse, and as always, I see you next time. I'll be sending you now to the space screen. This live stream will end in 1 minute. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave your like to support Techinthehouse. See you next time.